Speak up.
Microsoft Visio 2007. What's Microsoft Visio?
And now this is Visio 2007, but it's still
template category.
pretty applicable.
Then double-click on the database model diagram.
Let me go right back really
Next,
quickly.
We need to set some options to help.
So when you
our
open up Visio,
template
let me
category.
stop it actually. So when you open up Visio, is useful for a number of things as I've shared. I love Visio. Why do I love it? I love Visio for a number of reasons. I use Visio for network topologies. I use Visio for management flowcharts. I use Visio for the ERDs. What else do I use Visio for? Mind charts. Visio is, one of the best kept secrets of the Microsoft Office suite, available at your DreamSpark, through your DreamSpark account. There's a 2010, the 2013. Right now, I'd say stick with the 2010. Even though you're viewing a 2007 Visio model, but when you open it, this will be what you see. Do you want to do a ERD? Do you want to do general? Do you want to do engineering, networking, maps, floor plans, et cetera, et cetera? So this will be the first thing you see, database model diagram. That's the first thing you'll want to click on. And I'll let her
Then double-click
continue.
on the database model diagram. Next, we need to set some options to help our diagram look the way we want it, with crow's foot notation and the ability to create many-to-many relationships. First of all, we're going to select the database menu from the menu bar, then select options, then document.
Yeah, here's kind of your gotchas
Check
right
the
there.
option to show crow's
What she
foot
just did.
notation, then click OK.
Yeah.
The next option we want to change is in the
Before you can
tools
even
menu,
work with it, you'd have to do that.
and then options area. Then we
One
click the
time,
advanced tab and select the option to run in developer mode so that it is checked. Then click OK. And now we are ready to create our entity relationship diagram. You may also want to change the zoom so that you can see more of the page. To add an entity to your page, select the entity shape in your Shapes task pane. Then drag the entity shape onto your page. The next thing you want to do is give the shape a name. In the categories area, select definitions, then change the physical name of the entity to whatever you want the table to be called. For instance, if we want to create a table named employees, we would simply type in employees. Then we need to add fields to our entity. So we're going to select the columns category and begin entering in our field names. An employee would likely be identified by an employee ID. We can then select this column as our primary key field. Once that column is selected as the primary key, it is also marked in the table with a PK, and the field is listed at the top of the table. Next, we can add additional columns or fields to our table, such as first name and last name and hire date. We can also change the data type of our fields to match the type of data that will be stored in the database. Hire date would be a date time field. Then, if we have different types of employees in our organization, we may need to create subtypes for this relationship. So let's create another entity on our page,
There's your
and we
subtype.
can give this a physical name of salaried employees. Salaried employees, because it is a subtype of our employees entity, it will maintain the same characteristics as our employees table. So we will give a column primary primary key field of employee ID and mark that as our
Sometimes you'll
primary.
see where the super types and the sub types
Next,
referred as parent and child.
salary
kind of for the
employees
obvious
also
reasons.
receive an annual salary that we want to track. And finally, they could receive benefits, which we will just list as benefit ID. Another type of employee we may want to track is hourly employees. So we can draw another entity shape onto our page and name it hourly employees.
This is easy.
And identify the columns as employee ID, which would be our primary key, and hourly rate. We would also want to change the data type of hourly rate to currency. And if we wanted to change our annual salary and salaried employees, we could go back and do that as well by selecting the entity and then changing the annual salary column data type to currency.
I think that is clear.